Mic check. Is mic actually working? Yo, I had to jerry rig this this mic to get it to work, man. I can't even be mad about how this happened because I mean, I guess over the years I wasn't so nice to my microphone cord. I've been like yanking it all over the place and stuff with like, you know, no thought. So I guess it did last many years of torture. So it was that time. I still have to show you the damage.
Kodak raided my stream with 67.
Yo, Dark Side. We just got raided,
What's
son.
going on?
You know how we do. Drop my new beat for these new
raid in a
viewers.
minute.
Sheezy out. What is going on, sir? I just got on after not streaming for, gosh, I had to be almost 3 weeks now, right? All right, so guys, let me show you this cord that I just got. Like, check this out. That is the USB. Look at that. It looks like I chewed off like the end of it or something like that. You see it? You see how it literally just kind of just like pulled off, like just pulled apart. Yeah, it's like that bad. I discovered this during the pre-stream. I was just like, oh god, this is not good. This is not good. I wonder how bad that cord was all this time while I've been like mistreating it. So guess what I'm actually using? I'm actually using an old, I found an old Xbox controller about like Xbox One days, like this right here. See this Xbox controller? So this Xbox controller, like the wired ones or whatever, from like the Xbox One, Xbox 360 days. And you know how they had the USB 2.0, like the micro USB, micro USBs or whatever, for the plug-in or whatever, which is what the mic needs. So I just used the Xbox cord for my mic and it worked. I was like, yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. That's how we're gonna do it. But Codex, appreciate the raid, man. Literally, I'm just gonna go over the patch notes. For those who've been there for a while, this is a newer setup. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how it looks on Twitch right now. I didn't like, you know, because on OBS when you do an ultra wide, it looks way different than like you know, on the stream. I don't know. It actually looks pretty good actually on Twitch. Yeah, so I got me a new ultra wide just because I miss having my old ultra wide. I actually stopped using I actually started my content creation with ultra wide, and then I ended up doing a standard 16:9 because it was better for content creation. And now I just kind of miss it. I missed my ultra wide. So I got an OLED ultra wide. It's actually very, very nice. I can't believe I gave it up the first time. But it also means I have to change the stream visual stuff because of the black bars that normally would happen. So my visual stream setup is actually different now. So hopefully it looks fine. Dread was he said hack it till it works. I know. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for that. Actually, Dread, do we have these notes on Maxroll yet? Because I'll just put us up in the Maxroll site versus looking up on the thing here. Because it just looks better formatted on Maxroll usually. Blame SB, what's up, man? Just like, oh, and for those who always been wondering what song I'm listening to, I finally got that. I finally did the whole Spotify plugin developer crap that I had to do. It took like 20 minutes to get this to work, but I finally got that little music player on the inside too. So kill them all. with the resub, 48 months in a row. What a baller. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, Forceful Arrow, Blaine. Forceful Arrow is actually looking to be possibly, well, outside of bosses. Not going to perform that well on bosses, but for anything else though, like literally anything else, man, Forceful Arrow is gonna be cooking, and you would definitely go CQC with that because you want to be close. Anyhow, Particle, what's up, man? All right, we're gonna go. I've already read it all through all this already earlier, but I kind of want to do it as a stream like I usually do. I'm interested to see the power, the new stuff it's gonna bring to the classes. You know what? I'm actually not. So I don't dislike the theme per se. I am kind of sick and tired of powers still. Again, even though it is chaos powers, I'm still, and it's more straightforward, which is, would be, I guess, easier to put together a theory craft for, like, like the average person or whatever. But I'm just over powers, man. However, the chaos armor, now that was a very welcomed addition that I was not expecting. I don't think anybody was expecting that, honestly, but I did not see that coming. Like I would have not have guessed that was coming. So the thing I will say is that, considering that rogues generally have their buffs to aspects and unique items, or sorry, their like damage values and stuff for their uniques and aspects are still a bit lower than other classes. So like, unless other classes got some pretty big nerfs and some way to perform for some of the things, I don't see it really bridging the power gap between rogue and some of the other classes, really. But I am interested in the fact that former playstyles will be returning, and some possibly new playstyles with the unique crossbow. About damn time. like seriously, about time. Only took them what, like, 26 months to be like, you know what? We got 3 unique bows and we have 0 unique crossbows. Maybe, just maybe, we should make one. Maybe. And it looks like it's gonna be a pretty, like, a banger. That's gonna swap up some playstyles a little bit. So I'm liking it. It's looking to be a marksman season too, apparently. So I'm gonna be really busy on Max Roll. Anyhow, what do we got? Codex, Bardox. I was thinking about how much stronger we would be compared to last season. Season theme itself is, man. I agree. That true. Icy Sparks, what's up, man? Crossbows are overrated. I've always liked crossbows though. I was always a bit like a fan of crossbows. I mean, I wasn't a fan of the transmog. Like, the crossbow transmogs has always and will always be trash. Well, most of them. But I like just the pew pew of the pew pew sound of the crossbow. All right, so I guess we'll start with what? Infernal Hordes Reborn. I actually didn't even read this part yet. I just went straight to the to the rogue notes and some of the bug fixes and like chaos armor stuff. Cog, what's up, man? You said they look cool. Yeah. Sorry, it's also been a minute too, guys. I couldn't bring my I couldn't bring myself to honestly play any more D4 this season. Like, you know how like I like, for those who've been here for a while, like, you know me, like, if I don't like something, like if I really don't like something, or if I really don't enjoy it, I won't play. I won't mess with it. I won't play it. I won't continue to talk bad about it if I just don't enjoy it. Like, I'll sit there and say I'm not having fun, but I'm not going to continue to do that for weeks and weeks, on end. Like, if I'm not going to enjoy it, I'm just not going to play. And that's exactly how I feel about the current season right now. I got to a point where I'm just like, yeah, I can't. I can't do this. I am not having fun. I can't. I can't even pretend. I haven't really found any other games that like I can like kind of grind to. So kind of took a little break to do real world stuff and things. So, but here we are. It helps that you're holding like a rifle. You mean the two-hand crossbow? Let me out. What you want to say? What you want to say, Dread? Nah, I just like I don't know. Like I have to also I think with streaming though, if I have to be 100% honest with you guys, I think with streaming and content creating, I have to realize, well, not realize, but also understand that like I don't want to say this is like a newer era or whatever, but like with the way that Twitch has kind of been, you know, cheating out the creators, the content creators on the platform. The amount of hours that people would stream, unless you're like a big name with sponsorships already, like doesn't like it's. I don't want to say it's not worth, but like, you know, you don't mind going into the red a little bit as a part-time thing, but like when it drops off like 10x, like that makes it hard. That makes it real rough. And I was streaming like what 150, 160 hours a month or whatever. So like, which is good. Like I mean, I have fun doing it, but I also gotta make sure bills are paid too. At least side bills are paid. So if I gotta do other things to kind of meet that, then yeah, I gotta do that. Honestly, I was feeling that way, but somehow aren't you guys blessed you with when you almost quit, you're glad you stuck it out. Top 45 Drew at the moment, just trying to get the top 20 by the end of the season. Good. Yeah, I don't think anything was gonna pull me back into the season. Like nothing. Like no item, no anything. Like nothing was gonna bring me back to be like, okay, yeah. Cause like I mean, I guess wasn't having fun with the builds. Just like I think I like some of the quality left stuff that they did, but I guess wasn't having fun with the gameplay of the build. Rogue's in the tough spot. I mean, power wise, yeah, but I don't really care that much about it. Like versus other classes. Like I don't mind if a build is like straight. I don't say straight trash. I'm afraid that I don't mind like being able to like just play a T4 viable build. And it's like a ton of fun. You know what I mean? Like the play style is fun. I have to actually like do things, think, and all that kind of stuff like that. Like I'll do that all day. But like, I don't know. Just the way Rogue is right now in the current season, it just feels really stale. Gameplay wise. You have done almost any Rogue build possible. Well, I mean, most of the Rogue builds feel the same though. Like I've done like 6 or 7 this season, and like maybe 2 of them feel a little different, but the mentality is the same. Like if you watch a TB rogue, like a TB poison rogue and a TB Azarath rogue, they play it literally the exact same way. Just one has an Azarath, one is poison. But the gameplay is like literally the exact same. Pin shot, because Azarath basically runs rogue. So like any rogue build is gonna feel identical to another rogue build because you're running the same sword that's really propping up the entire class. And even when you don't play the sword, you know, you're doing your damage yourself, but if you have the damage numbers off, you can't even tell whether you're playing Azarath or you're playing a traditional build. So like, I don't know. So like I got kind of bored trying to make different builds because it just ended up feeling the same. Like all of it. It's like, oh, I do this, but it feels exactly the same as the one that I just did. Just a couple of pieces of gear different, right? Azarath is getting fixed in season 10. Yeah, Azarath is practically dead next season. Not practically, it is dead. They're fixing the attack speed scaling of it. So it's dead. Nebulous Flower said, how am I today? I'm actually okay. Pretty good. almost had a mental breakdown when my mic cord died. But I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I did enough in the season to finish the journey, and I haven't logged back in since. Yeah, I guess I haven't. Yeah, just. Well, I'm using my old Xbox One controller cord with the micro USB or whatever. The wire, like literally the old wired Xbox One controllers. Was it Xbox One or was it Xbox 360 controller? I don't know. Whatever this was, whatever this is, but they had a little cord in it. It's not wired. Well, actually, it is wireless. Yeah, this probably is Xbox One, but it's an old one. I guess literally just plucked the cord from that and attached it to my mic, and it worked. Is Afterrack the only lucky hit that scales with off attack speed? No, but it was the one that had by far the biggest proc, which is why it was viable. Alexander was going on high. Is it wrong that I had nocturnal emission? What? I mean, no judgment. No judgment here. The stream setup actually looks pretty cool though. Not even gonna lie. I actually do like this. Yeah, I'm loving this monitor. Holy. I just saw it. I just saw it. So every proc is dead next season. No, I won't say so. I know the one on Azarath is fixed. I don't know if the like other like regular Surge procs are fixed, but I know the one on Azarath is fixed. So I just think they wanted to get rid of Azarath being the meta. I think that's pretty much what they were trying to do. I don't disagree with that by any means. Yeah, actually let's go over Infernal Hordes. I haven't like looked at this yet. All right, Infernal Hordes well, not the Infernal Hordes part. Infernal Hordes Reborn, which is actually my favorite content. See how good this is. Infernal Hordes are higher than ever. We're down with the intensity. This mode, Infernal Hordes refined. We've done a significant rework. Infernal offerings revealed and between each wave. Our goal is to try to make all offerings valid. Thank you, finally. Because you had like how many seasons to do that? Like you you put them in the game in season 5 and haven't touched the season. Like at all. Like 0. Make offerings feels valid as choices for you as you start to stack them. To focus on your run. Cool beans. We are doing this by balancing the existing offerings, changing the effects of some offerings, and adjusting the base monster populations. Okay. At the start of Infernal Hordes, you will now start with the Infernal offering to immediately stoke the embers and breathe some fire into your run. Okay, what a poetic way of saying that. By the way, I'm going to try Rapid Fire season this season. But you guys says this kind of kissing this bug. What's wrong with it? Again, I explained it in the facts section. I literally have like it's like 4 paragraphs worth of information as of what's wrong with it. Actually, let me see if I can find it in the bug report. Probably like really far down now, but see here. I don't know if they're fixing it next season. That's kind of part of an issue too. I don't see any bug fixes regarding that. So I'm a little concerned about that. Because I reported this bug before this season, this current season. I didn't think it was going to make it in because of how late the bug was reported, but I was hoping it would be fixed in season 10. This holy. Yeah, I can just search. Ah, never mind. Okay, here we go. Icy Sparks, here we go. Actually, let me see if I can just copy and paste. How big is... Yeah, it's way too long. Never mind. All right. It's way too long. I didn't list how much it was. But basically, the Scoundrel's Kiss can hit the target on the way up. When it shoots through the target this way, the impact cannot hit the same target on the ground, meaning you lose all the AoE from the Scoundrel's Kiss whenever it hits the enemy on the way up. So if you're too close and you hit the enemy at point blank range, you do no damage when it comes down. The damage from hitting the target on the while rapid fire is lobbing up does not get the Scoundrel's Kiss unique FX either. So you don't even get the buff from the ring itself if you hit them on when the rapid fire is on the way up. Happens with the clone too as well. And for some reason the damage variance is really weird, as it doesn't happen with the clone but does for you. The ricochet arrows also doesn't get the repeating, does not get the Scoundrel's Kiss unique bonus either. Yeah, it's just quite a few issues that really hurt rapid fire. Now, technically, you can do like a Azarath rapid fire if you want right now, but then you could be playing the same build as TB, like Shadow TB Azarath, but you just swap it out for, you know, rapid fire. So it's really not really a rapid fire build. It's just a Shadow Azarath build. So it's not really the same thing. All right. Infernal Hordes. Let's go a little bit further here. Where was I? Oh yeah. So the Failed Council. The Failed Council has had some promotions. Been fighting them. One of the members will now be the designated council speaker and gain enhanced abilities. Okay. Chaos monsters. Hell has unearthed a new monster family from deep in this horror maw. Oh wait, is this part of Infernal Hordes still? Yeah. Okay. It looks like it. Okay. Born of Smoke and Brimstone, these Chaos monsters provide a powerful shrine-like buff when killed. Okay. Chaos Waves, Hellfire Bruce from the Dastardliest. Okay. Within the Front of Horror, you'll occasionally be offered the choice of Chaos Wave within the Front of Horrors from your Infernal offerings. You can expect an amount Chaos Wave offered relative to the Infernal Compass tier each time you enter the Infernal Horrors. Okay, yeah, I read that right. Okay, Chaos Wave is completely alter the upcoming wave, imbuing havoc and intense challenge. These waves will have significantly increased difficulty, but reward far more Aether should you be able to survive. Chaos Waves will have many different combinations to discuss and master. Dodge deadly projectiles from Chaos Rifts, and slay rampaging Hellworm, or hunt down erratic goblins. Chaos Waves. Okay, sounds fun. Fight Bardock, the Warrior Lord of Blood. Actually kind of cool looking. There you are. What's up? Watch the video from Wijo. He said he's extremely happy with the changes and expansion. Is that expansion you said? The season 10 is the same as season 9. What do you mean? So like, there are a few people that are at Blizzard or did go to Blizzard headquarters and got a chance to like play test some of the stuff that were talked about amongst Diablo partners. So I've already got a chance to know what the stuff is coming. I just didn't get a chance to actually play test it like what he did. But yeah, we still can't talk about it. And I don't think he can still really like go into detail about it still. Just want to say thank you for your guide on random rails. Always wanted it's going to be useful. Now it is. One thing that's confusing though is that it says you run victimize and also precision. It shouldn't say both. Now I made variations, so I think victimize feel like way better. I played them both this season, and I think victimize is actually the better play, because your damage is way more consistent. We just said other streamers are hyped for the changes. Yeah, it's basically a huge waiting room for the most part. Loose lips, Saint D, 2 players, hopes. I mean shifts for sure. Shifts. Yeah. Victimize is definitely the better play. I think Random Rails is the build I played the most this season. This current season. And you have control, like every hit of Random Rail. Like I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that with the precision build you're using Sky Hunter, with the Victimize you're using a bow or a crossbow, and I feel like that with the right aspect just feels better to play. Mark, what's going on, man? Doing all right. We're just gonna go over to patch notes a little bit, real quick. I actually haven't even read like the Infernal Hordes stuff, which I really should have. Rather than facing off against the Fell Council, you can choose to risk your hard-earned Aether and throw it down against the Insidious Reborn Barda to complete Infernal Hordes run. Okay. Fleeting Hordes. We're introducing a warming version of the Infernal Hordes to burn through earlier in your character journey. Okay. So pre-Torment tiers, you'll play this modified version of Infernal Hordes to slay through before reaching Torment difficulties. Fleeting Hordes will be 4 waves in total, with limited infernal offerings to keep the pack of vicious goblins under control. Upon completing the 4 waves, you fight 2 Fell Council members before you spend your hard-earned Aether for a reward. Okay. Not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, it slaps. Yeah, it's actually like it's definitely an underrated build for the season. We got here Bardic Beckons. For his acts of cruelty performed in the Mage Clan Wars. I don't really care about his background, but each member of your party will need to spend Aether to fight the infamous Bardock, who was once known as the Blood. The first player who chooses sets the decision for the rest of the party. Okay. Bardock will harness Chaos Portals to shoot projectiles at your location, master his tactics, and enter the Chaos Portals tactically to gain the upper hand. Okay. Upon defeat, Martyr's rewards will appear on the ground, so you don't have to spend additional Aether to claim these spoils. Okay. Alright, so that is... Sounds like a lot's going on, but I gotta play it before I can kind of give my opinion on literally what I just read. I'm curious about like how difficult the difficult stuff is gonna actually be, and also the boons and like how well they're balanced, because that was a big gripe that I had in Infernal Hordes. Looking forward to the upcoming unique crossbow. So am I. see. Okay, that was that. All right, and of course, freaking chaos armor. So I hear like in the sanctuary Discord, people are saying like, you know, if you know, if people like this idea or whatever, that they might like bring something like this back around the future permanently or something. At least that's the what people were saying in the chat. I wasn't there for that conversation, so I don't know. But the idea of chaos armor basically getting unique in the 5 armor spots, and a better version of it, the stronger version of it, is actually quite wild. Session the particle. What's that, man? We I will say on Rogue though, I think most of the stuff for Rogue would be like kind of like, I don't want to say obvious, but like I think that like the one issue I think we're gonna have with this is just finding out how in the world to get enough armor and resistance. Because who's not gonna sit there and want to try to replace your your pants? Like for instance, if I was playing Renoveros, it's like for Renoveros, this is chaos armor is huge because being able to throw a word of Hakan on your pants or something, and then like you actually use a GG amulet is a huge buff to Renoveros. Like that is ridiculous. Because I mean amulet slot is extremely strong. So being able to free that up by, you know, throwing this on some pants or whatever, or even a glove if you want to do it that way, whatever, is very, very strong. Pangorger boots. Yeah, like yeah, well actually you don't have to even do Pangorger boots. You can just go crown boots and then keep air perdition or whatever. So you get crown and air perdition. So that, you know, there's that. But yeah, I mean, there are multiple ways you can go about it for sure. Or I guess you could do Pangorger boots and then you like Fist of Fate glove. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can go. Yeah, there are definitely routes you can go. I think I would do crown on the boots though, if I had it my way. Just wear the Pangorgers. Although, yeah, I don't know. Like that's yeah. But I guess what I'm saying is that like we're gonna have a hell of a time trying to cap armor and resistances. Like, I literally think that we're gonna start seeing people like roll like armor percent tempers on the amulet now, just to try to get some of that armor back. And like, I don't know, like I wouldn't be surprised if some builds were like actually use like the armor percent roll on the actual end, just to be able to cap. Because it's so like, because you get so much out of it on an amulet that it might be worth getting rid of one stat on an amulet just to get all of your armor covered, and then like, you know, wear your pants wherever unique you need, put on your pants instead, because it will still be stronger than like losing a stat. I think next season we'll have people running even less generic legendary aspects. Well, yeah, we can. Yeah, because realistically speaking, all of these are going to be some sort of chaos unique of some sort. Like, or you'll have like maybe 2 mythics and like 1 or 2 chaos uniques, basically, right? Maybe, depending on your build. So that means you have your offhand slot. So you have your weapon slot, most likely will be a unique. You have your offhand slot. Chances are one of those will be a unique. Then you have your ring slots. chances are one of those is going to be a mythic, aka Starless Skies. So basically, you have like you have like probably most likely 3 slots that probably will not be. So that will probably be legendary, and that's probably it. There's a power that gives 40% armor, 100% barrier, but you cannot go above 50 HP. Well, at that point you have to do the math, right? Like, is it worth giving up like another power? Would that be stronger than losing the stat on an amulet? Right. But that would be the real question. Not only that, but like, you know, you might prefer losing this down on an amulet because, you know, getting the armor percent on an amulet might be easier to obtain as well. But yeah, you're not wrong. You could go that route too. But you cannot go above 50 HP though. That totally sounds like my style of play. Powers are looking stronger. Yeah, the basic attack powers, man. The rogue imbue, like the random imbue for your basic, man. Like being able to add like shadow imbuement to all your basic, all your like every basic build for free, and then the free poison to get the alchemical advantage. Like that's gonna be kind of neat. It's gonna be a mess. Yes, it is. Very much so. I feel it would funnel builds even more into one specific skill. It'll all be Giga Glass Cannons with no survivability. If you get shot off, you win. If you miss, you're too late, you die. Yep, Mr. Ink. Yep, pretty much. I think who was it? Matthias, Avi, and I were like kind of discussing that vaguely in the rogue chat, actual rogue chat. Because I mean, like, literally legit, like you're not gonna have any of these slots be a legendary, which means that you are hurting for armor and all res like immediately. So but yeah, these are I do hope that they do stay in the game in some way going forward, just because it's just neat. But yeah, so you see the Word of Hakan chest right here. Also, this will go really good for Twisting Blaze as well, like Poison TB, because Word of Hakan is actually really good for Poison TB. But you don't like, you hate giving up an amulet slot for it. So like for like Poison TB, you like put that on like a pants, like Word of Hakan pants, and like that would be major for PI. Despite the TB nerf, and we'll kind of get to that's go down. Like random imbuement with Heartseeker, maybe. Actually, I think Forceful Arrow would be stronger than Heartseeker. Looking at the Forceful Arrow changes, I think Forceful Arrow be stronger. I think Forceful Arrow already has a slightly stronger base damage already, technically, with the buffs. But obviously you didn't use it because you couldn't get like a second hit, you know, like a second free hit without the projectile thing. So it just fell off because of that. Will I make no chaos armor build variants? Yeah, we will. I think ideally, the ancestral version will probably, actually, I don't know. We need to have in our next Maxwell meeting, we'll talk about it. But I do think that given the drop rate of these chaos armor, like it's not going to be like, I'm sure it's going to be rare. Not as rare as mythics for sure, but like they'll still be kind of rare. So yeah, I think we might need to have another variation, like starter, ancestral with chaos, and then mythic. Chaos armor is account bound as well. I think that's actually a good idea, that it is account bound. But honestly, I think it's account bound to be honest. I think it's account bound because it's seasonal. If they don't bring it back, they don't want these items like out in the market, which makes sense. like the cutting aspect of Forceful Arrow. Always wanted to run it from day. Actually, so Forceful Arrow was my basic of choice for when I was playing combo points back in the day. Like season 1, 2, and 3, like Forceful Arrow was my basic attack choice, just because I love the knockback. It was so much fun. All right, dogs. One question: does Chaos Armor make your job exceptionally harder? Yeah. Well, I won't say exceptionally, but it'll be a lot. It'll definitely be a bit more work, and I gotta make a Forceful Arrow basic build guide now. So I have a new guide to make that I didn't think I'd ever make, to be honest with you. But Forcer Arrow would definitely, I'm gonna let you guys know right now. Like Forcer Arrow is gonna be CQC, the close quarters combat, and you will be up close because you need to you need to actually bully them with the knockback. So you have to be in close range to bully them. So it's like you're not playing melee, but you're playing closest range in that sense. But it should be pretty fun to kind of like bully a bunch of mobs into packs of other mobs and stuff. I'm gonna assume the past slot will be the best slot for the chaos thing. Not always. Depends on the build. I think for like basic builds, actually, you kind of want to keep the legendary pants most likely. Because I can't think of anything else you would put there that would be worth more than like the pants would be worth. But you still want to run Dark Shroud and putting Umbrus there, and the damage per Dark Shroud on gear pieces is still pretty strong. So I don't know if you. I mean, I guess the other thing you could do is like Pangorger's Gauntlets on pants, Crown of Lucian on boots, Fist of Fate or Grasp of Shadows probably as a regular glove, right? I don't know if that would. Well, I guess it would. Well, I don't know. I don't know if all of that would beat out legendary pants and having damage per Dark Shroud everywhere, and then also giving up Dark Shroud or giving up a skill on your skill bar to slot Dark Shroud, so therefore you can't. I don't know. That's actually. I don't know. That's kind of close. I'm just thinking like since you can slot these uniques almost anywhere, it feels like trying to optimize where to slot everything is insane. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be as difficult as it might seem. I think. Well, I guess it depends. It just depends on the build. Because I played so many of the marksman builds already, I kind of already know where things could go or may go or probably will go off the bat. Without putting too much thought into it. Like there might be 2 or 3 ways to do it on any of the marksman builds, and it'll just be figuring out which one is the most efficient way of going for it, I guess. I'm a rogue one trick, more or less. I play rogue every season. That being said, I'm looking forward to paladin. That is the only other class you'll play. You'll probably never want a unique amulet weapon again. Well, so you do want a unique weapon, depending on what you're playing, but unique amulet, no. I am looking forward to that unique crossbow. So yeah, that might actually still be really good with the basic attacks, depending on the cooldown and how the reload thing actually works. That might be still the go-to for basic builds. But like core skill builds, absolutely. The new unique weapon. Like I can't imagine not doing it. But we'll see. It almost kind of favors combo points, kind of. We'll get the combo points and like what they try to do as well. Wouldn't you always want to use a legendary though in the slots? You mean like the 2-hand, or you mean like the one? So double those? Not always. No. Like for instance, like this season, Eagle Horn for pin shot, you want Eagle Horn. You didn't want a legendary. Actually for Random Barrels, same thing. Random Barrels, you actually wanted a regular. No, I'm sorry. Random Barrels, you wanted a legendary. Sorry. Pin shot, you wanted the Eagle Horn. So Eagle Horn was still better. It just depends on the build, honestly. But it also just depends on how the unique crossbow work, like actually works. I'm real curious to try that out. Right, but when you want like Eagle Horn boost or something in season 10, I don't. Is Eagle Horn a choice? No, Eagle Horn is not a choice. Most weapon uniques are not a choice in terms of the chaos uniques. So yeah, Eagle Horn, Sky Hunter, all of those. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not every unique. It's a chunk of them, but not everyone. It seems like a lot of weapon ones didn't get it. Because imagine doing like Shard of Varathiel on like a boots instead, bro. I mean, let's be real. If I could put Shard of Varathiel on like a pair of boots, man. Lock Narvis, they said Paladin strength base. Clevo, what's going on? In your opinion, is there anything you would change if you could put it to Forceful Arrow to make it more useful or possible option to run? They did. They did. They actually did. Like they I don't know if you've seen the changes to Forceful Arrow, but we'll go down here. Answer Rogue. That's the stuff. Balance updates. Paragon Druid, passive. Romancer. Rogue is next. Yep, there we go. Yeah, see Force Arrow. Here we go. Force Arrow now pierces through the first enemy hit and has a 30% chance to execute injured non-boss enemies. So we're talking about being able to literally, you get a 30% damage bonus basically to normal and elite mobs basically. And it's something that scales with health. So it's like this 30% is good. This is really good because like, yeah, so that's good. But the better part is this though. Forcer Arrow knockbacks close enemies and immobilizes them for 2.5 seconds. Enemies immobilized this way take 50% increased damage from you for the duration. That's pretty nuts because now you can use it as a way to buff. If you're like kind of in close range or like that, this is really good. This right here, along with this, makes Forcer Arrow probably the strongest basic build going into next season. Attack speed crit. I mean, you're gonna do crit on. You're gonna do attack speed and crit on every build. There's no reason to not run, like not reach the best break point and also run as much crit as you possibly, as much crit chance as you possibly can. On every build. So like it's not a build that excels at that more than others. You'll just be doing you'll just be building the same way as you would in most other rogue builds. But yeah. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that, and that was a nice change. I know I'm going to get 1,000 Water Con boots. That's the thing though. Like you kind of can't go. So like word of Hakan boost would be pretty bad for Rain of Arrows because you can't do 1-to-1 without Beast Fall. So you have to keep the Beast Fall boots. Unless we're gonna do like a 3-to-1, which I haven't really theory crafted if that's really a thing going into next season, but probably not. New Crossbow can be Chaos armor as well. Wait, really? Okay, now that I did not see. Did I just like literally not see that? Wait. Oh, yeah, it is. I legit just like, okay, that is, I did not know that. I literally just like scrolled right past it. That is okay. Well then, that's gonna okay. Well, I mean, so I guess yeah, I guess you wouldn't. I mean, unless there's some offhands you need or whatever like that. I guess yeah, you would put this. Yeah, you just put this on a something. It'd be kind of silly to have a new unique bow and like not literally use the new unique bow as an actual bow. A crossbow. But yeah, there's no way like on like a basic build, there's almost no way I don't use this. Yeah, so these are probably definitely go on pants. Because that's gonna beat out, I'm pretty sure that's gonna beat out the rank 8 and all that other stuff. And then do crown. Actually Kyler Nameless actually isn't bad either. But actually Kyler Nameless wouldn't be too bad for like, well, for a different reason actually. Like if you was using Forceful Arrow, that's only just a buff, like just to provide a buff, and you need that crowd control duration. Kyler Nameless would be a great choice. Oh, Skyhunter too. Skyhunter's in there too. Yeah, yeah. I legit didn't look over there. So I guess yeah, Windforce is not in that equation. But yeah, okay, yeah. I guess so. Guess we will be. Also, this name though, Orphan Maker. Who thought this was a this is a good idea to name a uniqueness. Like when I first heard it, I'm like, am I reading this right? like I was like looking over this and I'm like, this has to be a placeholder, right? Like someone's trolling in the department just to see if we will catch this. Could it be that couple that was shared misery for the CC spread? You could. Although I guess where would you put shared misery since we're running all chaos uniques on all the armor slots, right? And placeholder. Just, what's the D4 planet gonna look like for Theorycraft? Is there all these possibilities? We'll be doing a lot of. I'm gonna say a lot of. I would say definitely more. Appreciate the follow. We'll be busier this season for sure. Bucknar, you said Mercs. Do we know when the new season is gonna roll out? September 20 something, September 23rd, something like that. I think it's September 20. Like, sounds right to me. Let me go up because I didn't. So we talked about chaos powers. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a pretty rare drop rate, but not as rare as mythics. I'm just hoping. I'm really hoping that, like, honestly, that we're not, God, just doing Bilal farming for these chaos uniques. I seriously hope that they find some way to make this a little more fun to find. Because God forbid they, someone dupes a Jillian Husk again. And we're not only just farming for the mythics, but we're also farming for the chaos uniques, and then we do nothing else but Bilal. You thought chaos uniques were only dropping for? I think it might be a guaranteed, maybe from Bardock or whatever, maybe. But like, if you can farm Belial, if you can kill Belial like 25, 30 times, and the times it takes for you to kill Bardock once, it might be more efficient to do it that way. But I don't think it's only just from Bardock though. The Chaos Uniques. I could be wrong. If it is only from him, then I guess I don't mind, because I like Infernal Hordes, so it wouldn't bother me. But I would think that would also be kind of limiting if you just did him. But I also don't want to do Belial farming for it either. Widow's Bit sounds better for a crossbow name, or Widow's Wail, or Silent Cry. Yeah, Silent Cry, 100%. Yeah, Orphan Makers. Yeah, like I said, someone has some fun with that. I'm surprised I haven't heard any complaints yet. And like somebody on Reddit that got really upset, or got by that. J Rock is with the resub. Appreciate you, sir. How's it going? All right, so anyway, so we talked about the chaos uniques and how that's gonna change them. Bigger change. Actually, I care about this stuff a lot more than I do the season theme, but we'll go to the season theme in a second. Let's see, Seal Chaos Rifts. What is this? Stream portals of crackling energy have appeared across Sanctuary. Chaos Rifts materialize in a few ways, so appear in the open world of Sanctuary within Helltide. Okay. Here's a reason to do Helltide. So the demons pouring from them and so away for a variety of rewards. They are a great source for chaotic loot, giving you additional. So it's like a Helltide inside of a Helltide, or not Helltide inside of a Helltide. You know what I mean? What was that season where you were doing things and you kind of jumped into something else when it arrived? I forgot what it was called. It almost sounds like Visions. Emity of Visions or whatever. Zio, what's up, man? One question: what I think about the crossbow? I'm excited about it. It sounds like a change up in play style, so I'm very excited about it. They're a great sort of okay. We did that already. In extremely rare cases, when playing a tournament difficulties, you may even come across a mythic chaos. Let's see, Chaos Rift Nightmare Dungeons. These Nightmare Dungeons are right for Chaos Rifts. The bountiful sources of fleeting horrors. All right, so rifts will appear in the world of Sanctuary. Sometimes you might come across a Chaos Rift, and then Chaos Rifts are also in Nightmare Dungeons. Okay. Will Chaos perks. So this is the powers section. So basically, you have your magic, rare, and legendary, and I guess unique powers, right? So blah blah blah. Yep, you can do 3 non-unique, 1 unique. Yep, it's like previous seasons. Yep, got it. I guess each class has a set of perks that are exclusive to them. Okay, cool ish. Yeah, we got it. Cool. All right, the powers are invigorating attacks. Every 5 seconds, your best basic skill generates an additional 5,200% your maximum primary resource, but your basic skills damage. I see 0 reason to use that on the rogue. Generating chaos. Your chaos burst in the enemy. So I don't really know what Chaos Burst energy or Chaos Burst is and whether it's actually like strong or not. So definitely on the we'll see chart. Unstable power. Chaotic magics erupts from your basic skills, making them guaranteed to critically strike and overpower for 50 to 100% damage, but the power is unstable, giving them a 3-second cooldown. That's actually good. Even at a 3-second cooldown, that's actually not bad. As like a third power or something. Rare, erupting chaos. Chaos bursts randomly erupt around you. Yeah, so same thing as before. You don't know how strong the chaotic bursts are. So power siphon, your core skills, deal 50 to 100% increased damage, but reduce your maximum current resource by 20 for 6 seconds. This reduction stacks but does not refresh. Stacks by how much though? Yeah, that's what I need to figure out. What is the max of stats? Like, can you run out of resource? Can you cap your own resource where you can't even cast your core skill because you just can't afford it? Or is this kind of a play to try to get as much resource cost reduction as possible, and like there's some like hidden cap or whatever, and as long as you're underneath this, then you'll get ridiculous damage bonus. Stacks to your amount of resource. Okay. Well, I guess this wouldn't. So I guess you could potentially, at least on the rogue side, you can like plan how you use your shadow clone to get your resources back to continue to spam. Because then, like, if you run down, like all the way down, pop your shadow clone, get back to full, do it again. Thank you for not repress me. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Could be fine for combo point build. Yeah, well, for sure. Yeah, because I mean, you'll be able to hold on to that damage a lot longer. Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, basically guarantees that we're definitely stuck on Starless Skies. Right? It's like yeah. So not bad. I'm interested to see the max stacks though, or if it really is just like no cap, you just run out of resources, which would be interesting to try to solve. It might be a perk that gives you unlimited resources. Maybe. Alternating alterations. Casting a core skill empowers your next non-channeled cast of a different core skill, refunding 50% of his resource costs and dealing 10 to 30% increase. So I guess you could use this with this then. To get your resource back and then go back here. So maybe this is a way to actually get you to use 2 core skills. I mean, and if so, I mean, I'm not mad at the possibility, I guess. I don't know. I think it'll still be. I think it'll still be like a tough sale, but I mean, I mean, we'll see. But he's like, no way anyone's using that. Mard guard. All right, so we're now to the legendary ones now. You can no longer be healed. Oh yeah, so this is the one that we might be taking because we're not gonna have any resistance. So we're not gonna have any armor. So this might be like the go-to for every build. Literally because we want to use chaos uniques on everything. Will depend on the sacrifice of the slots. I don't know, man. I think about it is that like because you want all of your armor to either be mythic or chaos unique, you're not gonna have any. You won't be capped for armor. So like, nor all res really. So you know, unless you're gonna be like popping incense or whatever, and you still won't be capped if you did it that way without some stuff. This almost becomes, I won't say necessary, practically almost necessary if you're gonna want to play like that. Either that or you sacrifice a chaos unique, but who really wants to do it? Danger, what's up, man? Danger about to break the game though. I ain't gonna say nothing. Danger he gonna break PTR. But yeah, this is gonna be a very powerful one. Better not, yeah. Nah. Don't you always find ways to break the PTR though? So I guess it's nothing new, right? It's just the scale of the breakage that you find. Chaotic cooldowns, casting the skill with a cooldown randomly sets this cooldown between 2 seconds. And its base cooldown, you no longer benefit from cooldown reduction. Using a cooldown unleashes a chaotic burst, dealing 300 to 500% damage of your highest damage type. This is one of those things where it's like almost impossible to tell what this really means in terms of the chaotic burst damages. So it's kind of like sure thing, but we don't know until we actually play. Better the PTR in the game, for sure. Crazy Brew, your healing potion is infused with the chaos, giving you resource cost reduction. So I guess Crazy Brew can be used with Power Siphon. As long as you can pop enough potions. Although I don't know if I would want to play like that. Oh, yeah, the potion has a 10-second cooldown. Okay, so 10-second cooldown, the 4 seconds of active. Okay, never. Yeah, nah. Yeah, I didn't see that 10-second cooldown, so unique chaos unleash, killing enemy generates 2 stacks of chaos and dealing direct damage to a boss generates 5 chaos. 100 stacks unleashes a salvo of 9 chaotic burst, dealing 300 to 500% of your highest damage. Right. So yeah, another one of those we don't know until we see what chaos chaotic burst gain 20 strike chance and deals brawn over brains always. Gain the following: life, healing, power. But however, your maximum resource reduction from mass. Definitely not something I can see a lot the rogues using. Really, any reason? I guess you could technically. 1, 2. Beast cornered. I would say like 2 seasons ago, the way overpower used to be, this would have been like ridiculous. But Beast cornered, for every 10% life you're missing, you gain 10 to 20% increased damage and 5% damage. Spending resources also drains a percentage of your life equal to 30% of the resources spent. I wonder if that's affected by starless skies and stuff. This cannot reduce you to below. So this is basically that very unique-ish with the Dark Dance kind of combined type power-ish. I mean, that's a pretty big. But I think honestly, this. I mean, if you want to play like me, be like ultra glass cannony, I do a beast cornered with what Marred Guard. So I will always have a 100% damage buff because I can't go above 55% life anyway. So I will always have at least bare minimum 100%. And they're pretty chunky in the damage reduction. What, 50%? No, I'm sorry, 25%. Yeah, still good though. Okay. Barbs, no one cares. Druid cares. Necromancer, no one cares. Rogue, there you go. Now this one, imbuements flow wildly, imbuing every basic skill cast with the random imbuement. Imbuement skills deal 20 to 40% increased damage. Now this is a must. Every basic builds. I wonder if barrier scales past 100% by max HP now with that power. That's a good question. And you guys know I never look at my health pool. I never know how much health I have anyway, so I don't know what I'm missing anyway. So, it's just I'm all cool with, removing whatever health I don't know that I have. But this is good though. This is really good. You get free shadow imbuements basically, which is cog for like especially Blaze Shift, man. Like that's awesome for Blaze Shift. And then you get alchemical advantage for free. Because, not have to worry about, anything poison related there. Probably get rid of Poison Trap actually for Dark Shroud on the bar since we won't be able to have access to that. Yeah, it's unique. Thank God, because I hated the Poison Trap anyway. For that with Aspect of Corruption. Freaking more damage to imbue skills. I mean, actually, I mean, Aspect of Corruption would really mainly be worth it on like poison build, poison TB. I wouldn't do it for like imbuement stuff or whatever, unless you're gonna go all in like bitter infection as well as corruption, as well as like if you're just going in for like pure dot shadow imbuement, then yeah. But I wouldn't take that as an aspect over other juicier aspects. For chef, like just for regular play, that is. Poison imbuement, yes, for sure. Corruption for. So I saw this earlier. I assume this is supposed to be pen shot because that's every core skill. So they just did rapid fire twice. You no longer passively generate energy. I don't even think that really even matters with how fast we gain our energy back. And now that Cactus is dead, by the way, Blame. Cactus is dead. I don't know if you saw that. I'm actually kind of. So Part of me is actually kind of glad that it's dead though. To be 100% honest, like for one, it was way stronger than the other runes, and two, like it prevented other builds from like literally happening. Like, but you kind of had to use it because it was so strong. You couldn't just not use 100% damage buff. But since combo points couldn't use hacks without literally destroying the flow of combo points, period, it just made it made combo points non-competitive off the rip just because it can't use hacks. And some other stuff too. I mean, combo points is just bad, but like that also was on top of that, just made it that much worse. So I'm not sad about it, but you know, it is a pretty big damage chunk that we're losing. But that's every rogue build though. So like every rogue build loses that. Not just every rogue build, sorry, every class. So everybody gets, taken down like 4 tiers from that rune only, honestly. The new crossbow's actually good, and new power is right there. It's gonna be useless. I know, right? I know. And not only that, but like, no, who cares about not being able to passively generate energy? We generate that so fast anyway. But like, even with it being easy to obtain, to do this, no one's gonna do this. Well, with the new unique crossbow, that is. I'm trying to think if there's any situation that I would actually like this for. If it was like marksman skills or something like that, then yeah. But because then that would go really well with Rain of Arrows, right? Speaking of which, I think about it. Could I fit Sky Hunter somewhere? Can I do Sky Hunter on a glove just for the marksman? Projectile chance, so I can get like 100. Like I can get double Rain of Arrows. I don't even care about the damage proc at that point. I just want the second wave, so that'd be like 100% more. Might be better than anything else I can glove. They also good at lucky hit to restore resources, did not. They probably. I haven't seen that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Did that mean the list rapid fire twice? Nah. This is one of them is supposed to be pin shot. Because this is supposed to be every core skill. So I'm assuming this one's supposed to be pin shot. Doesn't really matter now that Cax is gone. Okay. Heard they're replacing it with a new room called the Dioxide room, which raises us 5 hit levels. The room it only works on rogue builds too. Electro One, what's going on, man? What's going on, sir? Super Mike, what's happening, man? So what else we got here? Chaotic grenades. Your stun grenades also trigger a chaotic burst dealing. I gotta really figure out what in the world this chaotic burst is, man. Like, is it gonna actually deal damage? Is it gonna actually be like a thing, or is it just gonna be like meme side damage that falls off from like T3 and above? Doesn't really matter. Yeah. Don't need lucky hit resource if Cax isn't still on y'all. Yep. Pretty much. That's fair. Going good. Good to see you back in action streaming too. Yeah, I'm showing my face again. I don't think I will be tempering my amount of hours I stream now per month, but now for PTR, like I will probably stream it every day. It's PTR, or at least the first 4 or 5 days ish or whatever. And then of course the season start will be like every day for the first like 2 weeks or so. But then after that, it might go back to go down to like a 4-day a week thing. Later build, maybe. I don't know. It just really depends on like how strong this chaotic burst is. The chaotic burst is a big unknown right now, and there's no way to know until we actually jump on PTR and like test, right? It seems like they really like to nudging Rose to use grenades over a few seasons. No, they've been doing that for like most of Diablo 4's lifespan, man. Like ever since like season 3, season 3, season 4, whatever. Like it's just been like very common. Am I teaching music this year? So yeah, I am back doing the teaching like I normally do. This school year start my area. Where I teach at, no, not yet. That is not until we don't go back until the 25th. But where I live, the kids are in school. They've been in school for about a week now. Where I live, I had back to school now. If you get already, we had like 3 weeks into the school year. But they get out earlier, right? Like they get out like don't they get out like in May or something? Mid-May, late May or something. Early May. Get 3 different 2-week breaks. Oh, that's good though. Oh, so you get out the end of May. Okay. But so you get out kind of at the same time that most other kids get out, but then you start 3 weeks earlier, but you get bigger breaks in between. Got it. Okay. I actually would probably prefer that, to be honest. I'd prefer having like bigger breaks between the seasons or whatever like that, like the actual like Earth season. If I had a preference. But it can suck to be back in school right now, and then like some of your friends are like, "Yo, you playing that Battlefield 6 beta right now?" No, I can't. I'm back in school. Can't do the thing. You live in the hottest place you can imagine, and school year starts in July. That's nuts. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, also, okay, last one. Hit and run, unique. Every 15 meters you move grants you 30 to 50% increased damage for 5 seconds. This bonus stacks but does not This bonus is not active. You deal 30% reduced damage. All right, so now what I'm curious about is this literally looks like a Dance of Knives power. I'm not saying you can't use. I think you can. There's a case for it for basic builds because you really should be always moving usually. I guess combo point builds too. I don't know. Yeah, I guess a lot of builds should be able to. Like you wouldn't be able to push like pit push with this, but like arming and stuff. How many stacks though? What's the caps in the stacks here, right? I was wondering if you could teach me to play the laser harp or the pays. I'm glad to see you back, Electro. Same for all you guys. I know I've been gone for a while. It's really cool to see you guys' faces here. Oh, not your faces, your actual faces. I even got my little music player. Look at that. On the other side. Is it that? No, that side. That side. There you go. Camera's good. Yeah, over there. That took me a little. That took me a little while to set up, but it's actually kind of cool. I'm actually gonna do what is it? A song request as well.
Shut up and take my money.
Electro_1 cheerdex 100. Welcome back, bits. Yay.
And I added some more stuff to the playlist, like epic rap battles of history stuff, like this one. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna do song requests soon where you can literally just use channel points to do a song request, and it will automatically happen. I don't have to like go and like manually do it. So that's next, but that takes a little bit too to do a script to do that. He was talking about using this with DT since you can perma dash in between DTs. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You can kind of do that with Rain of Arrows. The way Rain of Arrows is played this current season, you can do that. I mean, I'm someone who likes to move a lot anyway, so I probably would be using this a lot. I wonder like what the max stacks is like. In music class, my son is learning to play the oboe. I guess it's like one. Oboe is very hard. Oboe is very hard, which is why you don't see a lot of people do. It's also one of those like niche things because it's not everyone likes the sound of an oboe per se. But it's very hard. Like to really get like note accuracy on the oboe is like so hard. Not just like the fingers per se, but just being able to like how do I say this? Manipulate your lips to be able to really eke out the higher and notes or whatever. It's like should be harder than like French horn or trumpet. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, bass clarinet. What? Even from bass clarinet to oboe? Yo, that's like being a demon and was like, you know what? I'm gonna be an angel now. I think I'm tired of hell. We're just gonna go all the way up to heaven. We're gonna skip everything else, right? And just the contrast between the two is that is insane. Yeah, that's hard. I do not envy him at all. That is hard. I'm surprised like he wouldn't get a scholarship for bass clarinet because there's not a lot of bass clarinet either. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's considerably less oboes, but there's also not that many bass clarinets, so he's good at that. He should be able to get a scholarship. But that's interesting. Request song bad lip reading masturbate. But might get to hear the rainbows, yeah. All right, well, so the seasonal powers seem to be very straightforward, like straightforward. Like they're not complicated. You read what it says. It does the thing generally. Only thing we don't understand is chaotic burst for the time being, but like either the power works for you or it doesn't. The real fun is really the chaos armor. The seasonal power seems pretty strong in some cases, but still pretty like straightforward in terms of that. So it's gonna be pretty obvious kind of what we would run on rogue for most builds. So like there won't be a lot of time being spent there. Unless they chaotic bursts are just like really extremely strong. And then at that point it's like, okay, yeah, we might need to rethink some things. I still can't get over this orphan maker, bro. Like I don't this item name. Did they just run out? Like they just like ran out of names. Somebody's just trolling. Orphan maker. Like my stick is better than bacon. Yoda's great in that song. Diabolical name, to be fair, it kind of fits. Yeah, but I mean, it's just like I could see this being controversial. I mean, it doesn't bother me by any means. You're right. You're right, Blame. It is it is pretty vicious, right? But I could see this. I would be very surprised if this doesn't come across as controversial in some circles. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. Next, we'll get the Bowie bow. I really don't understand what reload is for me. I don't think we really truly like we don't either. Like no one knows how it actually really works. We're all kind of like taking guesses right now. But the inherited is vulnerable damage, which is sucks honestly, to be honest with you. But the ranks to marksman skills is great. Ranks to exploit is great. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, there's no reason for me not to use the Orphan Maker for random arrows, actually. Because marksman skills cast twice. That works for random arrows. Ranks to marksman skills work for random arrows. Exploit obviously works for random arrows. Now you won't be able to use the unique power, but you can do a chaos unique of this on like glove or something for random arrows. Yeah, like random arrows is getting some random arrows is about to get some about to eat good, like really good. Word of Hakan off the amulet. Orphans hate the random arrows. What? But anyways, yeah. So this is a really good. These are really good stats. Like this is good. Exploit is a hit or miss. Like it's not. It's never a bad passive, but you're not gonna complain about it. Like, it's still decent, right? I mean, I would rather have passive ranks than like dex or something here or whatever, crit damage. So like I'm not complaining. Like all three of these are good. Right? Fernando, what's going on, man? So we got those weeks are good enough to run on another slot from random arrows. Yep. Sure is, might drop. Because think about this. If I was to masterwork this to nearly 100, or if I get a GA on this, that's 100% more damage for random arrows because that's another random arrows cast. On top of marksman ranks, which is more damage from random arrows. On top of, so you're looking at about like 130% damage from these, which will beat out literally any gloves, any random glove you can put there for random arrows, like any random glove, like not even close. So like you don't even care about this part if you're playing random arrows. You can literally just run this part and it'll still be far better than any glove you can do for random arrows. Now, of course, the two-hand items have a lower affix rolls if they end up on the canvas side. No, actually, the rolls are going to be the same value, but the unique power will actually be stronger on a chaos armor than on the regular slot, which is why you want your best power, like your best stuff as chaos. Season 10 looking better than season 9. In terms of overall quality, yes, for sure. Basic and core skills that uses weapon now reload. Reload skills gain 250 300% increased damage every second. Oh, sorry. And every second reload gains twice this bonus. Yeah. And then, of course, the new keyword. Skills with reload have a slight delay in which they cannot cast again. Their damage and reload speed benefit from 50% of your attack speed bonus. So 50% of your attack speed bonus in cap 1 or cap 2, or both? Or is it sheet attack speed? Because that's also a real question. So honestly, the bow scale like Azarath. So it's a lot of damage. This already is a lot of damage. And then twice this bonus on the second reload. And then the damage and reload speed benefit from 50% of your attack. So like this is a ridiculously strong unique on the surface. Here's what we don't know though, is that how long is this reload? Now when they say skills reload have a slight delay in which they cannot cast again, how long is this slight delay? Because while the numbers look insane, how often can we cast? And also, how would this work? Like this seemed like, depending on if you can control your reload, combo points might be back again, because combo points wouldn't care about the delay as much. So if you can control the reload, and when you actually like, cast the, the reloaded, like the damage after the reload, if it's something that you can control, then combo points is back. Like combo points is absolutely like, do you think I would get a copyright claim from Blizzard if I made a game called D4? Okay. The reload is like you weave, let's say, an ultimate, then a basic attack, or a core, and then an ultimate, and so on. At least that's how I understand it based on the verbiage used. That's good. So I mean, so honestly, okay, so there's a reason. Okay, so you actually might be right, Mr. Ink. Now to think about it, it's a cool concept regardless. Totally want to be ups. And you can also wonder one combo points with the buff. Yeah, that's what so if it is basically you pass and then you reload, and there's a delay from where you can't, that's a day in which they cannot cast again. Yeah, so unless they're trying to get us to do 1-to-1 basic to core, or 1-to-1 core to core, or something. I'm thinking I'm thinking 1-to-1 basic core is what they're trying to get us to do here. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, if that is what it turns out to be, I'm not as much of a fan of that. But it's going to depend on how like big this delay really is, because otherwise you're gonna have people going back to using macros like back in season 1, where people were doing 1-to-1 twisting blades with the combination dagger, where you had a chance to proc off your combo points or whatever. And like you don't want to sit there and like literally so I don't know. Again, this looks hella strong, but I am hoping a little bit that they're not trying to have a spam 1-to-1. But the way the dagger was buffed actually might be leading towards that way. Wait, where's the whatchamacallit? I think our crossbows are more like machine guns, or this new expo would be more like a shotgun and he's reloading. So I don't really mind the reloading part. I don't want to go back into like a whole spam play style that goes from spamming one button to people literally just like creating macros from one-to-one spam. I'm not. We'll see how that really goes. Because again, I'm looking for a new playstyle, not a you know what I mean? Like a newer-ish playstyle. Again, could sponsor your stream is only rogues. 27 classes. But I mean, regardless though, I am excited to try it out. I just hope it doesn't end up us just spamming like we do everything else. We need something different in the rogue class, to be honest. I'd be surprised if the delay is over half a second. Expansion class would be like rogue reloaded. If you have 4 skills with reload, did they all go on delay with a single skill class, or is it 4 independent delays? That's actually a good question. I'm not sure. That'll be a good thing to test out. Like when I get in the PTR, like that's like the first thing I'm gonna be doing is literally messing with that. We need to figure out everything we possibly can. All right, so let's go to some of the rogue skill buffs. Barrage got a slight buff, 22 to 25. Flurry, I saw earlier, got nerfed, which I was pretty surprised about. Penetrating shot got buffed. This is actually pretty, I was gonna say hefty, but actually it's not bad. Not bad. It's actually pretty decent. Rapid fire buff is okay. They need to fix the freaking ring. What they need to do. Get careless about how much this is buff if the ring is still bugged. Flurry nerf watch. Hell if I know, man. I don't know. I saw that and I like screenshot of this and like I sent this to Picha and I was just like, bro. Like bro. Anyhow, Twisting Blaze got nerfed. The impale damage reduced from 70% to 30%. I don't know why. Turn damage reduced from 112% to 70%. Again, don't know why. Enhanced Twisting Blaze, damage bonus increase. Well, no, I mean, that doesn't make up for this. Did they buff Blade Dancer? Alright. Okay. Death Trap, poor range increased by 100%. Yeah, people were just complaining about it. I honestly don't, I actually don't think this was necessary. It's okay if you have to cast a Death Trap, 10 meters away from the other Death Trap because the Death Trap didn't pull the entire screen. It's okay. Like it's okay if it didn't do that. But all right. I guess sure, why not? Since it's not going to be the top build anyways. It'll still be probably one of the better speed builds still, for sure. Mr. said, I wish Broke had a Bola skill. Oh man, back in D3. Yeah, I love Bola. Especially back at what was it? Vanilla D3. I mean, the Doom was so much fun. See, Dance of Knives reduced the cooldown when deactivating the skill while 1 or less charge. Means okay, good change. Now has high chance to prioritize champions elite bosses. Very good change actually. Advanced penetrating shot, rewarded the tool. To clarify that his damage bonus is only from penetration. Okay, fair. We already went over Forceful Arrow. Forceful Arrow is actually good now. And possibly the best basic skill for many different things actually. basic build and for possibly combo points as well. It's because of this part. Aftermath seems weird. Energy refund is now always 35% instead of 25 rather than scaling per. It's a nerf, but why? What does it actually really hit though? Is it like, what does this hit? Like what does this hit? Like does this hit Death Trap or something, or what are they targeting? Yeah, I'm thinking Death Trap. I can't think of anything else that I really honestly care. I would care about for this. Maybe TB? I don't know. That's that base. Yeah, dude, I played a lot of D3, man. Mr. A. I played a ton of D3. Played literally from like day one all the way to D4, basically. I did take like a 1.5 year break towards the beginning ish of the expansion. Like then I came back and then I played every. Big fan. I actually like the Demon Hunter considerably more than Rogue. I think Demon Hunter was definitely a better design class. Like hands down. Like I don't even think it's a competition. Blade Dancers damage bonus increase from 60 to 80. 60, 80 to 100, 100. So I mean, honestly, I still think this is a bigger nerf though. Like it's still like this to me still feels like a bigger nerf than what this makes up for. This makes up. I mean, granted, I guess they just rerouted the damage to come from Blade Dancer versus it itself, which I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of that is for. But maybe there's some interesting mechanic or hidden mechanic I'm not like aware of with this that makes this much better than I'm thinking on the surface. But it just looks like they're just rerouting where the damage is coming from. Will.i.am is going on, man. I still have my doubts about promoting completely new content season 10 and abandoning the current one when there's still 1 month and 1 week to go. Only a matter of time. Obviously, I'm referring to Blizzard. Well, they have to do well, they have to talk about it to do PTR. They have to test for, bugs and see if things actually work as the way it's supposed to. So they kind of have to release the information in order to do a public test. Now, if they didn't do a public test, then sure, right? Like if they, they just maybe release the information like a week before the next season. Given the fact that it's a PTR, there's a lot to test in this PTR. Then they got to go back and make the changes, which takes time for them to do too. Then yeah, they could do private PTRs instead, like private test realms for people who they want to go that route. But you're in an on, I always play the range bow class. Always, yep, same here. Here, log thousands of hours in D3. I think I hit. What was that? I hit like what was that? Like 11K, 12K, 12K hours a D3. Right around that range. Which actually, when you think about like how many years I played, that's actually not a lot compared to some of my other friends. A Nation Dagger. So this is the casting basic skills always generate 3. This is the whole 1-to-1. So again, not necessarily. I don't know. I'm always wary about mechanics that literally promotes macro use. And I feel like that, like this is one of them. Don't get me wrong, I love that combo points is getting some love. Almost like we're kind of turning combo points into spammy types. This doesn't really even synergizes with like precision. So like I guess you would just do optimize, I guess. Optimize EQC. I don't know. So it's a little weird to me, but I like combo points in general, so this would be something I will play a lot. Chance to spawn a shadow clone increase from 30 to 50% to 40 to 80%. Why was this buffed? I say that because it has an internal cooldown of 1 second. So you can't spawn the clone more than once a second anyway. So like increasing the chances for it to spawn does like what skill was not able to spawn it once a second with like 4 attacks per second or so? I don't know. I don't understand this change. All the game needs to prevent macro is a time glitch to make it fraud. I don't know. I guess like I said, I know I'm in the minority of that, but I just think that like I think maybe just I don't know, like I am looking for new play styles or different things to do. Rather than just literally just click spam. So I just don't want I guess fear combo points, which is generally not a click spam playstyle, to end up being a click spam playstyle like all the other click spam styles, if that makes sense. And again, I might be in the minority with that one, but I would like to see different ways to play. Prop up. Personally, but that's just me. Eagle Horn, good buff. Damage increased from 40 to 80. From 40, 80 to 110, 150. 80% on grass or shallows is interesting because it gets real close to 100 on a chaos item. Well, that's the thing though. Like again, it has an internal cooldown of 1, so you can't get the clone to attack more than once a second from the grass or shadow. Like you can't spawn it more than once a second. So what's the point of having an increased chance to spawn it when you cannot break the ICD? Unless they changed the ICD on it, but they didn't. It's not mentioned. In fact, the ICD wasn't even mentioned, period. You know, I had to go test for it to find out that it has an ICD, which is why I went crossbow usually over bow for like basic builds because of this. Well, partially because of it, not just because of it, but partially because of it. But anyways, when forced, chance to deal additional damage and knock down increase from 30 to 50% to sure. I click spam while eating spam Sammy's Sammy. I hear spamming more can defeat the ICD. Yeah, enough spamming. Yeah, we got tempering, we got cutthroat finesse. Vulnerable damage removed, thank God. I don't even know why that was there in the first place. That's really about it. I think I went over pretty much everything. Actually, no, wait. Loot rewards, right? Oh, the overall chance for unique items to drop has been increased across all difficulty levels. Okay, that's good to hear. Whispers will no longer drop drop magic and rare items in torment. Good. Finally, magic and rare item drops from side quest rewards and torment difficulty have been replaced with legendary items or better. About time. Reward quality and hell tie has been increased in torment difficulties. Nice. Nightmare dungeon slightly reduced the chance for a specific gem fragment. Horagic Reserve Nightmare Dungeon affixes to appear. Okay, cool. Reduce the quantity of items dropped from Horagic Strong. Okay. Infernal Hordes, the materials chest and gold chest no longer suffer diminishing returns. Yay! Yay! The greater chest of materials now cost 400. Wow, okay. 400 Aether from 200. Also awards OBDs and gold in addition to here. Okay. I'm not mad at that. Okay. Unique items and legendary aspects that were rarely found on Earth have been moved to the general pool. Very nice. And the unique items have been added to the layer bosses. Yeah, I can actually get my Shroud of Arathio much earlier. Yo, yeah, that's huge. That's huge for basic builds, man. Holy. For 2 items actually, because like if you want to do Crown Lucian, right, and then you want to do Shroud of Arathio, man, yo, that's big. Oh wait, Twisting Blades gets damage back from a bug fix. Kind of. We just complaining about that so many times. Danger says, time to hit up that dude who says you're there for that juicy 750 legendary. Is it really that huge? You're gonna be playing Hordes anyways. You know, that's actually a good point. This would have been a lot better in like previous seasons, but yeah, I guess you're right. But I think target farming though, like if you're trying to target farm them faster than doing Hordes, then I mean they're gonna Belial it, right? Be honest, do Belial your unique items, you'll get your shard considerably faster than. But you're not wrong in the fact that we'll be doing Infernal Hordes anyways, but yeah. Layer bosses, greater layer bosses pool up is now split amongst the 3 bosses. Each greater boss will have loopholes for bosses, Duriel, and broaden now. Partially share pools. Lesser bosses have tested. Lyle's Horde will no longer drop in Infernal. Duriel, the new pool. Or gets banished. Yeah. Oh, Crown of Lucian's under. No. Dario new pool. The Umber. Hey, is Tabas Will with Duriel still? Or man, they actually kind of moved some stuff. The pool, like they really like spread it out a little bit. The funny thing about it is that like you're like I know they're doing all this, but let's be honest, like we're not like I don't know if they're doing this just to kind of get people to like fight different bosses or whatever. But like we're gonna be doing allow anyway, so like the only thing this changes is just which chests that we click. On Belial, right? Mac, what's going on? Nice current location. Where I am, sir, is real. This is live. I am live. You see behind me all of that. 100% real. Let's see. Let's see. also here. Oh, so Varshan also has a shard of, or Varshan has shard of Arathia. Nice. Miscellaneous. The final two tiers for Heraldic Strong rooms now require more attunement to unlock. The stat count for all sackable items such as lair boss summons and consumables has been standardized to 100 max. Item affixed like hit primary. Wait, what? The item affixed lucky hit restore primary resource percent has been replaced by lucky hit restore primary resource amount. I mean, I'm assuming that the temper, like the temper on the ring, is probably the same still. Let's see. New gloves and weapons affixed will appear will be affected at 800 item power. This affixed grants lucky hit up to 15% chance to restore 7 to 10 primary resource. Are you serious? Really? Yeah. I was like, it can't be that bad, right? I just looked at, I'm just like, what, 7 to 10? Nah, man, nah, just nah. Oh man, okay, yeah. Oh well, I guess without Cax, it doesn't really matter anyway now, because Cax was the primary reason why you wanted this, one of the original thing. Oh well. Maybe they met at 8 item. I don't know. Alright, so escalating nightmares fixed an issue where you got some more items and attended with the spoils. This was active. It's an issue with the lost material. Appear for the legend, gameplay. Bro, fixed an issue where Blade Dancer's aspect was not granting return damage bonus from. Oh, so they fixed that. Okay. So I guess the reroute of damage on Twisting Blades is, they pretty much rerouted it mostly to the Blade Dancer of it versus like the initial hit part of it and even the returning blade part of it. Yeah, they just seem to kind of just like did like a whole like I won't say it, like a 360 is not really the right word I'm looking for. They just basically rerouted how Twisting Blade did his damage from the original hits to the Blade Dancer, basically. Notes. Do exclamation mark PTR, I think. PTR or PTR patch. I actually forgot the name of the command. But I can just and okay, so we got that. So we got issue with the daze effect from improved Twisting Blades did not apply properly. And then Poison Trap granted knockdown without learning enhanced Poison Trap. Ava was balling on this one. He was the one who found this one out. Yeah, they fixed that quickly. You know what they didn't fix? Freaking Scoundrel's Kiss for rapid fire, bruh. I put a whole bug report like 2 seasons ago. or almost about to be 2 seasons ago. About to be. They better fix it, man. Lil Wayne. Some of this stuff doesn't really matter. Various stability, performance, visual, audio, and they added a lot here. Usually it's just various stability and performance improvements. They added visual, audio, and UI improvements. Yo, they're serious this season, y'all. They are serious. That's how you know they're all in this season, man. Look at that. Like they added visual, audio, and UI improvements instead of just the various stability and performance issues. They're working hard this season, man. They didn't fix pin shot split issue. Also, a good point too. Yeah, I didn't see a fix for that either. There's also some other still bug. There's also some bugs. Sorry, that hasn't got touched either. At least not from the patch notes. Maybe we'll see him later. All right. I guess that's it. Yep, that is it. That is all the notes I have. Right, all the notes that are there today. All right. What are my thoughts on the new Chaos Armor concept? I like it a lot. I was not expecting. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Like that came out of nowhere. Um, I definitely like the idea of it for sure. It's like a way to almost make an ancestral out of an ancestral, almost like a primal item from D3 in a sense ish. I won't say primal, but like kind of like making a level above what what we already have without it being the traditional chase. So I really like the chaos armor, and I hope that they find a way to keep it in the game for future. And it's gonna be busted for sure in season 10. Let's be real, but I do think that once they find out, like they see all the stuff that we do with it, find a way to be able to incorporate it into like the actual game, whatever. Because I think also, yeah, I think that's like a really cool thing. Now imagine you play a class that's been wearing the same helmet for season. Phoenix, what's going on, man? I'm actually really. I think that's probably the part that I'm the most excited about. That and Infernal Horde changes. I don't really care about the seasonal power as much, although the seasonal power uh, looks to be quite strong. But to me, it's still powers, and I'm kind of tired of powers. But I do like the Chaos Armor. I do like the Infernal Horde changes. I do like some of the quality of life stuff changes. I do like most of the road changes, I guess. Interesting to see how that crossbow is going to work out. What's your thoughts about Drew getting a kill? Y'all know Drew's will be going command. All right, y'all. I did say that this would be a shorter stream. So what? So I guess what I'm gonna do until PTR, because like when PTR drops, I will be playing literally as a. So I'll be on. I'll be playing and streaming for at least a good 12 hours the first day. PTR. Play PTR. and stream it pretty much most of the week next week, because there is a lot to cover and things. So like, I won't get bored after day 3 like I normally do on PTR, because I have a lot more to do this time around. So, but yeah, now until then though, I don't know what I'm gonna stream, because it's not gonna be any Diablo at all. Sure. I might do some Monster Hunter Wilds, maybe the new content thing, the new content that just dropped yesterday. It's actually kind of good. I do want to go back and check that out. Then there's Battlefield, which I'm terrible. Like I am not a shooter guy at all. I don't know if I'm gonna actually like try that, but we'll see. My brother's trying to get me to try it. I'm sure Rogue has its own bus interaction. If they do, it literally has to be that crossbow of some sort. But or unless the chaos damage or the chaos burst can be scaled improperly or something like that. Maybe we can. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't seen anything about season 10 yet, but don't worry, I won't ask for pin for next 2 seasons, the last season. But is there any idea for rogue builds? Don't tell me DT again. Well, I mean, I went over all of season 10, literally this entire stream earlier. I know you got here. I won't say it's DT again. No, I think the thing is that DT will still be a. Well, I don't know, because like they nerfed aftermath, so I think DTs might be hit pretty hard for even speed farming is concerned. I think yeah. I think DT is probably gonna honestly fall off, but like, yeah, I don't see a lot of people really building towards DT unless they find some sort of interaction with Chaos. There's just quite a few new toys that may be a little bit more interesting. We're streaming on YouTube as well. Yeah, I'll be on both. I'll be streaming to both platforms. I try to do so. Like if I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm usually also streaming on Twitch as well. Oh, sorry. If I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm usually streaming unless something happens. Upload as a video. I mean, all my live YouTube videos are automatically uploaded on my YouTube channel. So like if you just go to my YouTube channel and then go to live videos or videos and go to live, you'll see all my streamed content from live as a video. Let's see. Let's see if this actually works. Doesn't work. My stream deck is not working. I'm gonna have to do this a different way here. This one. Yes, this one. How does it look on Twitch? Does it still look like it normally does? It does. Good. Oh yeah, because I'm not using my monitor. That's why. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Cool. All right, so we'll go to. I was probably gonna say clip this. Actually, we can go somewhere new. Actually, I normally would default go to clip this, but I've been reading him a lot in the past. Actually, no. Let's go to Bannock. One of the OGs in the E3 days. Good, you're talking about later. Yeah, man, no problem. But all right, y'all. It was pretty good seeing y'all. I'm pretty sure you guys, um, you know, we're happy to see the stream up again. happy to see you all again, and we will definitely be blasting the PTR. I might do one more stream before the PTR drops. It'll definitely be a different game for sure. Sometime this weekend, maybe. We'll see. Other than that, y'all have a good one. Enjoy Bannock. And as always, till next time.